Hey everyone, it's Cutting Down the Nets. It's Tuesday, January 18th. Kind of got dehorsed on Monday, and nobody plays it more cautious than me after an L. Overall, what do you do? Win some, you lose some. Beat the closing line in 5 of the 7 games I played. Neutral on one, and then lost to the closing line on one play just because Wyoming was down a guy. So do I have regrets? Um, yeah, I'm not bullheaded enough to say like I didn't make any mistakes. Mistakes would be Alcorn State. Just I know better than to, than to bet on teams ranked 340th in college basketball just because they're playing the team ranked 350th. I know better, and shame on me, but had a read on it. It was wrong. Other one was the late ad of Charleston. With those teams as close as they were in shot quality, it certainly felt a little like a narrative play for me on like bounce back, do that type of stuff. I don't like that stuff. So I earned my L. It sucks. Overall, 55.6% on the year the last 7 days, 59%. Let's get to the Tuesday schedule. Again, I play it cautious when I'm getting beat, or well, I got beat one day, but still. So here's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if it's worth the half point edges to bet um, at night. I've I've been on the wrong end of too many like roster surprises and stuff like that. So we're gonna give it some time to simmer down and evaluate things before tip, obviously. And I'll get plays in plenty of time. I'm not gonna fire these off at like 5:59 or anything like that. So that's just kind of what I'm looking at for tomorrow, especially with some of the matchups. Let's start. KU at OU. Kansas is fourth in shot quality with the number 9 offense and 29th defense. OU is 23, coming in at 36 offense, 19 defense. Situationally, a nice spot for Oklahoma. I just want the number to climb. Um, when you're running like the sun, you see this, like, yeah, I'll bet it. Don't care. Oklahoma's going to win. When you run scared a little bit, it's like, you know what? I'm going to see if I could squeeze all the value out of this. So um, OU does have turnover concerns outside of Gibson. But I think I'm a buyer north of 4. Let me sleep on it, all right? Iowa State, Texas Tech. Iowa State's 40th in shot quality. Texas Tech is 17th. Texas Tech dragged down by their last game. Weird schedule for them. That was their 5th game in 10 days, 3rd in 5 days, and now off 2 days rest, they ride again. These teams are so similar, and that's not a compliment. Um, I have this thing with my brother when we're betting games in Vegas, and it's going to be one of those rock fight games where it's good defensive teams, but like just rough shot selection, and good defenses can just make you look bad. And as teams are just like shooting it into the side of the backboard, my brother will start squealing like a pig, and oh, it's so funny. Like every time a shot's missed, you just have pigs squealing. It's awesome. So, yes, this will be squealing pigs. And the market has shifted 6.5 points in 12 days, which I know Texas Tech's getting back to full strength, but that's a significant correction or overcorrection, however you want to look at it. But Iowa State was favored by 5 at home. So that'd be 2 on a neutral court. And now we're looking at 7.5 in Lubbock. That'd be 4.5 Texas Tech on neutral court. That's where I'm getting the 6.5 points. And so, hey, sometimes that makes sense over the course of a season, but man, in 12 days, that's a little fishy, I think. So, a lot of points here, but certainly could see that not working out with Iowa State's offense. Wisconsin Northwestern. Look, Wisconsin's on my list, like in Billy Madison when Steve Buscemi just starts writing people down the list. Wisconsin better call me because I'm going to take them down. I was hoping we'd get more than a possession here, but we're dealing with a 2.5 number right now. So I'm monitoring this. Give me more than a possession, and I'll start to get interested in backing the Cats. So as of now, just kind of watching that one. Uh, you'll notice the lack of variance on the right-hand side as I scroll through some of these other top games. We'll get to another orange one, Clemson and Syracuse. Um, I'd be a buyer at the Ken Palm number of 2. Um, so I have Syracuse by 5, and the line is currently 3. Will it dip down? Not likely, but it's something that I'm going to watch and I'll pay attention to. All right, Richmond at Fordham. Richmond 46th in shot quality, Fordham 130th. Fordham has offensive concerns, that's for sure, and they've played a far easier schedule than Richmond. Another concern is that they're a bit turnover reliant, and you can't turn over Jake Gilliard. So I don't know. I'm showing a lot of value here, but again, I'm running scared. So I like the Fordham side. I just need to um, confirm things a bit and pull the trigger. You know, it's not too bad in shot quality, a road game for Richmond here, but that team's got to be feeling a little desperate. Not that they really have a shot at an at-large. All right, here comes another buy high game. This happens sometimes. This is that middle part of the season where um, it's tough. Like your efficient teams typically have won those games. Now, it works great when they have a bunch of close losses in there, but it's tougher when they have some close wins in there. So let's talk Utah State, Fresno State. Utah State is 110 in shot quality. Fresno 65. Here's here's the good and the bad. So I'm on the Fresno side. I've got Fresno by 9, and the line is 3. The bad. Utah State 15 out of 79 from 3 their last 4 games. And Fresno, I wouldn't say struggles, but certainly not strength defending the mid-range and 3. So sometimes regression comes all at once, and it's like, oh, and it's halftime, and Utah State is 11 out of 15 from 3, and it's like, sucks. But the good side, Big O, Orlando. This guy should eat inside. But just understand, with Fresno's record, you would be buying high on Fresno. So, again, something I need to think through. Anything I do will be on bet stamp, and I won't put you up till the buzzer on this stuff either. Kent State at Eastern Michigan. This shows as an Eastern Michigan play based on efficiencies, but yeah, I think Kent State's just running cold. So shot quality agrees. They are 122 in shot quality, where Eastern Michigan's 255. Kent's just been abysmal from 3. They're 338th in 3-point percentage. I don't know. Could be the get right spot. I'm just going to stay away from that. Don't really want to be an Eastern Michigan backer there. Another tricky A10 game. We have St Bonaventure, who righted the ship in a big way against VCU, but they mainly did it at the free throw line. It wasn't like, oh man, this team's clicking. No, they shot way more free throws than VCU, and just kind of grind them out, bullied them a little bit, which is tough to do to VCU, my dogs. So here we have Dayton running hot from 3. They've made about half their threes the last 3 games, but this Bonaventure defense has been so inconsistent. That's why you're seeing such a weird number from my data. Dayton minus 12, where the line is 2. Dayton's minus 12 because St. Bonaventure's had, I think, 4 of their last 8 or 9 games with an adjusted defensive efficiency of 120 or worse. And look, I don't think they're that bad defensively, but you are what your adjusted defensive efficiency says you are. And it's not like some weird luck thing. So I don't know. It's just kind of, you know what? I'll pull it up. Let's pull it up on the fly. Let's go. Let's go to Torvik. Give me Bonaventure. All right, Bonnie, what you got? This column. This is the problem. Yeah, I mean some 3-point games are there, but I mean they're getting beat from 2 as well. Not turning people over, 13%, 11%, 13%. So, and again, offense hasn't really been there either. So this is a middling team. You look at Dayton. Let's look at Dayton's profile real quick. That's consistent. Now this rose a bit here into the 114, 116 range with recent 3-point luck. Had that been a little better, you're probably at the 109, 10, yeah, they're at 108 for the year. I don't know, it's far more consistent, but certainly some risks there. So that's my story on that game. Last one on my list. It's not really on my list. Missouri at Mississippi. I'd consider a live bet here, but shot quality has Missouri at 103, where Torvik has Missouri at like 250. So basically, what shot quality is saying is Missouri should not miss all these shots that they're missing, but they have been. And that's kind of what happens. So I show this as a small play on Mississippi. Personally, don't like Mississippi a whole lot either, but I don't know. May live bet it. How about that? Another thing that showed down here, just so you know, Ohio State 32.5 might not be enough against Ooey Pooey. All right, let's get to the card. I want to back Dayton. I do. I think Bonaventure's too inconsistent. I don't trust their defense. And give me the more consistent team. Fresno State. How many am I going to get away with? Because this is buying high for sure. But Utah State has had lapses, and their offense has not looked good lately. As I mentioned, most of that's due to not making 3-pointers, which I think that team is far more capable of making 3-pointers. Fordham getting a big number, 7 and a hook at home against Richmond. Just need to think through that a bit. And Iowa State getting 7.5 against Texas Tech in Lubbock. Monitoring. I like the OU side, just want a better number. I like the Northwestern side, just want a better number. And getting super greedy here because 3 isn't that bad. But Q's, I want a better number. That's what a card looks like when you're running scared a little bit. But hey, we're having a great year. We had a great week. The season has ups and downs. If you're new to college basketball betting, just buckle up. It's got some streaks to it. The way I do things, most of my edges come from overweighting recent play. We are about to enter that zone where the early games just disappear for me. Like, not even in my data set. So, there'll be more plays that show up that we'll talk through and have to dissect a little bit. But you certainly find more edges, and you're certainly ahead of the market when things start to shift, and that's what I like. So we're entering my favorite part of the season. Not quite yet. Maybe another week and a half, 2 weeks, but we're getting close. So this is Cutting Down the Nets. Let's get back on track.